Genesis chapter 43. And the famine was sore and bad in the land. And it came to pass, when they had eaten up all of the corn which they had brought out of Egypt, and their father said unto them, Go again and buy us food. Judah spoke unto him, saying, The man solemnly protested unto us, saying, You shall not see my face, except that your little brother, be with you. If you will send our brother with us, we will go down and buy the food. But if you will not send him, we will not go. For the man said unto us, You shall not see my face, except your brother be with you. And Israel said, Wherefore deal you so ill with me, as to tell me the man whether you have yet even a brother? And they said, The man asked us straitly of our state and of our kindred, saying, Is your father yet alive? Do you have a brother? And he asked questions, and we told him according to the tenor of the words. Could we certainly know that he would say, Bring your brother down? And Judah said unto Israel his father, Send the lad with me, and we will arise and go, that we may live and not die, both we and thou, and you, and also our little ones. I will be surety for him. Of my hand shall you require him. If I bring him not unto you, and set him before you, then let me bear the blame forever. For except we had lingered, surely now we had returned this second time. And the father Israel said unto them, If it must be so now, do this. Take of the best fruits in the land in your vessels, and carry down the man a present, a little balm and a honey, and some spices and myrrh, some nuts and almonds. And take double the money in your hand, and the money that was brought again in the mouth of your sacks, carry it again in your hand, peradventure it was an oversight. Take also your brother, and arise, go again unto the man, and let God Almighty give you mercy before this man, that he may send away your other brother, and that Benjamin, and also, and if I be bereaved of my children, I will be sad. And the men took that present, and they took double the money in their hands, and they took Benjamin, and they rose up and went down to Egypt and stood before Joseph. And when Joseph saw Benjamin with them, he said to the ruler of the house, Bring these men home, and slay and make ready, for these men will dine with me today at noon. And the men did as Joseph said, and they brought the men into Joseph's house, and the men were afraid, because they were brought into Joseph's house, and they had said, Because of the money that was returned in our sacks at the first time that we brought in, that he may seek occasion against us and fall upon us and take us for bondsmen and our donkeys. And they came near to the steward of Joseph's house, and they communed with him at the door of the house, and said, O sir, we came indeed down the first time to buy food, and it came to pass when we came to the inn that we opened our sacks, and behold, every man's money was there in their sacks. Our money was in full weight, and we have brought it back again. Here it is in our hand. And our money we have brought also down here into our hands to buy food. We cannot tell who put this money back into our sacks. And he said, Peace be with you. Fear not. Your God and the God of your father hath given you these treasures that were in your sacks. I had your money. And he brought Simon out unto them. And the man brought the men into Joseph's house, and gave them water, and they washed their feet, and he gave their donkeys provisions. And they made ready the present against Joseph. Came at noon, for they heard that they should eat there. And when Joseph came home, they brought him the presents which was in their hands into their house, and they bowed themselves to the earth before him. And he asked them of their welfare, and he said, Is your father well? And the old man of whom you spoke, is he alive? And they answered, Thy servant, yes, our father, he is in good health, he is alive. And they bowed down their heads, and they made obeisance to him. And he lifted up his eyes, and he saw his brother Benjamin, his mother's son, and said, Is this your younger brother, of whom you spoke unto me? And he said, God be gracious unto you, my son. And Joseph made haste, for his bowels did yearn upon his little brother, and he sought where to eat. And he entered into the chamber, and he wept there. He washed his face, and then he went back out and refrained himself and said, Sit down and eat bread. And they set up for him by himself, and for them by themselves, and for the Egyptians, which did eat with him by himself then, because the Egyptians might not eat bread with Hebrews, for that would be an abomination with the Egyptians. And they sat before him, the firstborn according to his birthright, and the youngest according to his youth. And the men marveled at one another. And he took and sent food around among them before, but Benjamin's was 5 times more as much of their other brothers, and then they drank and they were merry with him. Genesis chapter 44. And he commanded the steward of his house, saying, Fill the men's sacks with food, as much as they can possibly carry. Put every man's money in his sack's mouth. Put my cup, the silver cup, in the sack's mouth of the youngest, and his corn money. And he did according to the word that Joseph spoke. And as soon as the morning was light, the men were sent away, they and their donkeys. And when they were gone out of the city, and not yet far off, Joseph said unto his steward, Up and follow after the men, and when you have overtaken them, say unto them, Wherefore have you rewarded evil with good? Is not this in which your Lord drinketh, and whereby indeed he divined that you have done evil in so doing? And he overtook them, and he spoke unto them as the same words. And they said unto him, Wherefore says my Lord these words? God forbid that your servant should do according to this thing. Behold, the money which we found in our sacks mouths we brought again unto you out of the land of Canaan. How then should we steal out of the Lord's house silver or gold? With whomever of your servants it be found, both let him die, and we will also be by your Lord's bondmen. And he said, Now also let it be according unto your words. He with whom it is found shall be my servant, and you shall be blameless. Then they speedily took down every man his sack to the ground, and opened up every man's sack. And he searched and began with the eldest, and left at the youngest, and the cup was found in Benjamin's sack. Then they were rent and feared and sad, and they rent their clothes, and laden every man his donkey, and they returned to the city. And Judah and his brothers came to Joseph's house, for he was yet there, and they fell before him onto the ground. And Joseph said unto them, What deed have this that you have done, that you were not such a man as I can certainly be divine? And Judah said, What shall we say unto you, my Lord? What shall we speak? How shall we clear ourselves? God has found out the iniquity of our servants. Behold, we are my Lord's servants, both we, and also with whom this cup is found. And he said, God forbid that I should do so, but the man in whose hand the cup is found, he shall be my servant. And as for you, get up in peace and go to your father. Then Judah came near unto him and said, O my Lord, let your servant, I pray you, speak a word in my Lord's ear. Let not your anger burn against your servant, for you are even as Pharaoh. My Lord asked his servant, saying, Here you have a father or a brother? And he said unto my Lord, We have a father, an old man, and a child of his old age, a little one, and his brother is dead, and he alone is left to his mother, and his father loves him. And you said unto your servant, Bring him down unto you, and that I might set your eyes upon him. And we said unto my Lord, The lad cannot leave his father, for if he should leave his father would die. And you said unto your servant, Except your youngest brother come here, you shall not see your face any more. And it came to pass that we came unto your servant. My father told him the words of this my Lord. And our father said, Go again and buy us food. And we said, We cannot go down. If our youngest brother be with us, then we will go down. But for we may not see the man's face, except our youngest brother be with us. And the servant my father said unto us, You know that my wife bare me these 2 sons. And the one went out from me, and I said, Surely he is torn into pieces, and I saw him not since. And if you take this one also from me, mischief befall him. You shall bring down my gray hairs with sorrow until my grave. Now therefore, when I came to your servant, my father, and this lad be not with us, seeing that his life is bound up into this lad's life, it shall come to pass, when he sees that this lad is not with us, that he will die, and your servant shall bring down the gray hairs of this our father with sorrow unto his grave. And the servant became surety for the lad unto my father, saying, If I bring him not unto you, then I shall bear blame to my father forever. And now therefore I pray you, let your servant abide instead of this lad, abomin to your Lord, and let this lad go back with his brothers. For how shall I go back to my father, and this lad not be with me? Peradventure that I see the evil that shall come unto my father. Genesis chapter 45. Then Joseph could not refrain himself before all of them that stood there by him, and he cried, because every man to go out from him, and there stood no man with him, while Joseph made himself known unto his brothers, and he wept out loud, and the Egyptians and the house of Pharaoh heard. And Joseph said unto his brothers, I am Joseph. Doth my father live? And his brothers could not answer him, for they were troubled at his presence. And Joseph said unto his brothers, Come near to me, I pray you. And they came near. And he said, I am Joseph, your brother, whom you sold to Egypt. Now therefore be not grieved, nor angry with yourselves that you sold me. For God did send me before you to preserve this life. For these 2 years have the famine has been now in the land, and yet there are 5 more years in which there will be neither any more harvest. And God sent me before you to preserve you a posterity in this earth, and to save your lives by a great deliverance. So now it was not you that sent me hither, but it was God. And he has made me a father to Pharaoh, and to the Lord of this house, and a ruler throughout all this land of Egypt. Hurry you, and go to my father, and say unto him, Thus says your son Joseph, God has made me the Lord of Egypt. Come down unto me, and slow not. And you shall dwell in the land of Goshen, and you shall be near unto me, you, your children, your children's children, your flocks, your herds, and all that you have. And there will I nourish you for you. Yet there are 5 more years of famine, lest you and your household and all that you have shall come to poverty. And behold, your eyes see, and the eyes of my brother Benjamin, that it is my mouth that speaks unto you. And you shall tell my father all of the glory in Egypt, and all that you have seen, and you shall hurry, bring my father back here. And he fell upon his brother Benjamin's neck, and he wept, and Benjamin wept with him. Moreover, he kissed all of his brothers and wept with them. And after that his brothers talked with him. And the fame of that was heard into Pharaoh's house, saying, Joseph's brothers have come. And it pleased Pharaoh and his servants. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, Say unto your brothers, This do you, lay your breast and go, and get unto you the land of Canaan. Take your father and your household, and come here unto me, and I will give you the good of the land of Egypt, and you shall eat the fat of the land. Now you are commanded, so do this. Take your wagons out of the land of Egypt for your little ones and for your wives, and bring your father, and come back. Also regard not your stuff, for the good of all of the land of Egypt is all yours. And the children of Israel did so, and Joseph gave them wagons according to the commandment of Pharaoh, and he gave them provisions for the way. To all of them he gave, each man, a change of clothes, but to Benjamin he gave 300 pieces of silver and 5 changes of clothes. And to his father he sent after this manner 10 donkeys laden with the good things of Egypt, 10 donkeys laden with corn, bread, and meat for the father, for the way. So he sent his brothers back away, and they departed. And he said unto them, See that you fall not out of the way. And they went up out of Egypt, and came back to the land of Canaan unto Jacob their father. and told him, saying, Joseph is alive, and he is the governor over all the land of Egypt. And Jacob's heart fainted, for he did not believe them. And they told him all the words of Joseph which he had said unto them. And when he saw the wagons which Joseph had sent to carry him back, the spirit of Jacob, of the father, revived. And Israel, Jacob said, It is enough. Joseph my son is alive. I will go and see him before I die.